All right, the season's battling it out big time here as this week of November tries to transition us over to winter. What did you say, 47 days left till the first day?
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's that far
winter.
away. It's not going to feel like it next week. We'll talk more about that later. Lots of windy systems, still mostly rain, but we get into some snow toward the end of the week.
We do. Weekend will be really interesting.
Yes.
That's kind of the turning point. Plus the Pacific Northwest being blasted by an atmospheric river, category 5. Both rain and snow bringing a lot of precipitation, but it's the rain that would cause most of the problems.
And while some of us are others are even record-breaking warmth with our highs, with our lows, everything.
So what did you say? In Denver, 83?
Was there
warmest November?
all-time November record high.
That's pretty good.
So how long is the warmth going to stick around? We're going to let you know. This is America's Morning Headquarters. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Abrams alongside meteorologist Jim Cantori and Molly McCullum.
Enjoy the warmth.
Yes.
That's all I can say. If you like it, enjoy it.
Especially in the east,
It's going to be quite a different story this time next week. Mm-hmm. Well, Mother Nature putting on quite the light show near the greater
systems move through this week across the Midwest and into the Northeast. So here's tomorrow. This is system number 1. It's going to bring a lot more snow and, we're going to see a lot more snow and rain in the west with this AR moving in. But notice all the winds and the features just streaming across. This is all that jet energy coming across, and that shows you the path of the storms. We got pretty thick jet energy coming in, and then we also have little pieces of energy within that are going to cause some of these storms. So notice there's our system where you see that snow and that rain. That's going to come on in for our Wednesday. That is really system number 1 that we're going to deal with. A little bit of rain with that. Tuesday, Wednesday moves on. System number 2 comes in Friday, a little more potent. Notice on the backside, got that cold air coming in, right? A little bit of snow. That moves east, a lot of wind too with all these. Then the big honker of a system Saturday into Sunday, snow on the backside of this. You're going to see very windy conditions, wind chills. And then behind this, you get a north wind. This is our low here. Counterclockwise flow with that north wind, and that is going to deliver the chill all the way down into Florida. So be prepared for it. Snow and rain overall, not loads of moisture associated with this, but it's enough to kind of be like, okay, do I need to put my snow tires on? Do I need to change out my closet? Do I start to get ready for winter? The average first snowfall right about this time. The beginning to mid-November, Kansas City, a little bit farther south, November 28th. But notice we can get as early as October, even September in Minneapolis, Molly.
I mean, sometimes we've had to wait, until like December and January to see snow in Chicago?
It's freezing in Atlanta.
Hopefully you didn't forget to put the heater on.
Oh, no,
all of a sudden you're going to be like...
Oh, I finally caved.
Yeah,
I know we talked about it last week, Jim.
When it was cold and rainy for a few days, I caved.
No, I'm saying going into that cold spell, it's going to be like 70, it's going to be hot. You might need the air conditioning.
Oh, and then you'll have to fill
And then what if you forget...
Good point, Abrams.
If you forget and all of a sudden you're like,
you're going to wake up in the morning
cold, right?
and not want to get out of bed.
Or if you traveled and you forgot to switch everything over, your house is going to be an icebox, that type of thing. And it's not just
really
Atlanta.
A big switch. I mean, 30 degrees is a big deal.
There's no dimmer on that, as Mike Bettis used to say when I worked with him 100 years ago. All right, today, tomorrow, to Thursday, most of us are going to see that above average warmth because high pressure here, ridge building, that gives our temperatures into the 70s and 80s, 70s all the way up here into North Platte. Today, you're going to get 62 in Minneapolis, 75 in Jackson, 76 in Tallahassee for a high. Wait for it, as they say. We could see record-setting temperatures, record-tying temperatures. Amarillo could tie a record that's been standing for 110 years. Tomorrow, more heat into Texas and New Mexico. So it stays warm. The big chill comes as we head into next Monday, as you saw in Atlanta. It's not just Atlanta. By the way, the northern states will get it earlier than we get it in the south here. It does get down to Florida. 30s and 40s, by the way, these are our highs, not our lows. That's what's going to be confusing. You got to switch your brain. Now we're talking about our highs. 10 to 20 below average, very cold. Notice Charleston at 35, Raleigh 33, Atlanta 33, and that's in the city, so you know the outskirts are going to be below freezing.
Look at Tallahassee, Abrams.
I know, I've been pointing it out for the last 2 hours.
Wow.
I talked about how it's, wasn't I, Molly?
I heard you say.
Thank you.
I know she didn't miss an opportunity to talk about Florida. I know that for a fact.
So look at this, our highs. This is what, listen, this hurts as it is, but Jim, it's this to this.
Yeah, but you know what? It's just a quick hitter, though.
It is a quick hitter, and then you rebound. That is true. But how long can you stay in the ice bath? I did it for like 15 seconds, and I thought I was going to pass out. It was so cold.
Oh, I've never done it. I'm too scared.
I got up to 30 seconds. I was out. I'm like, I can't do it.
That's 30 seconds is pretty good.
Well, that was
You're supposed
me.
to do like 2 minutes, right? Is that the
Right, but it was me counting 30, so it might have been 1, 2, 3, 4,
do the
5,
Mississippi
6, 7,
in
8, 9, 10.
As long as you didn't chip a tooth, Abrams. That's what counts. All right.
But where are we going to see the bad weather in the coming days? Well, it all has to do, Molly, with our jet stream.
It does.
It's a really thick northern branch right now, wouldn't you say?
A lot of energy moving in through the northern tier, and then eventually through.
Progressive or
What did you call it
zonal?
earlier? What was your new
I kind of
term?
said progressive semi-amplified.
Yes.
But that's too.
So that's a lot of words. That's word salad.
It's zonal.
People are like, what?
I'm kind of like, what?
I know.
Well, wait
I know
till
what
we
he's
get to
saying,
amplify.
because you got little dips in it. There's your
Yeah, so
amplification. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. That's
It's
why.
not quite zonal,
I
but
would not say it's zonal.
no.
I
Okay.
would not go with zonal.
All right.
That's just me.
I just wanted y'all's opinion because I thought it was going to be good, and it was.
I think what you said is great. We just have
Progressive
to say
semi-amplified. Yeah. Yeah.
progressive is moving, and you got these little systems moving
Thank
through,
you.
and you got those little dips. So
I'll drink to that.
I'm going to make that happen.
Yep.
I'm going to make that happen. Progressive, slightly amplified. I'll show you what that means. But this is.
Thank you, Abrams. Save me.
I speak Cantorese.
How many times do you save me? Oh, my gosh.
I speak Cantorese. I like to translate things he says. But you see that whole flow going from west to east, which Jim was saying is this zonal, because zonal flow is basically just a jet going zoop right across the country like that, usually in kind of like a straighter line across the country. So that's why he was saying that. But when you get little dips like this in the jet stream, little zoops, then that's going to be that other piece that he was talking about. So we have multiple systems coming through. Our first one here, midweek for us, rain. Then that's also going to bring us a lot of wind, and we're already dealing with the wind right now. Look at this. Montauk gusting to 33, New York 22, Boston's gusting to 30, Albany 33, and it's going to stay active for us here. But you got a lot of sunshine. And you got some of those upper clouds starting to come into the picture. We won't see that next system impact us in the Northeast, however, until we get into Wednesday afternoon. And there you go. Behind this, you got some lake effect rain going on for us. A little bit of lake effect snow coming into the picture as well. And you have the threat for some severe thunderstorms with some of these storms that will be coming in. It's all very light. So that goes through. Then number 2 comes into play. And we are going to see this one's a little more robust, right? A little bit of rain. Number 3 is the big one. This is a big one with that AR coming in, energy from Canada. It's going to give us a chance of rain, of snow, wind, the whole thing. And by the way, much colder air behind it. So there is our Friday system coming in, and that's number 2. This is number 3. That is the big one. That golf club is like a Big Bertha or something,
The golf club you're talking about? The driver?
Yeah, that's the big driver, right?
Yeah,
This
Big
is going to
Bertha,
be the driver, the Big Bertha of the cold air, Jim. A little bit of rain and snow, but we need it in the Northeast.
Abrams, do you do celebrity golf tournaments?
No.
I think we need to get her out there.
You should. How about,
right,
why
Mom?
don't we
Get her
have
out there with a Big
celebrity
Bertha.
Tennis tournaments.
Okay, we'll get you out there with the tennis.
Okay.
Tournament.
I'm better at tennis than golf.
All right, fair enough. I'm not good at
I'll
either
drive
one.
the cart
Right?
in golf. Yeah. Well, extremely and costly disasters are increasing amid our changing climate, but experts are starting to harness the power of AI, not only to reduce the impacts of these destructive events, but also save lives.
So joining us to discuss the next gen approach is Dr. Ali Mostafavi. He is a professor and civil engineer at the Texas A&M University. Thank you, sir, for talking to us this morning. We just went over how AI has saved us from Google with, forecasting.
Yeah, hurricane
now
forecasting.
let's talk about how, flooding being one of the most deadly natural disasters here, and in this case, how AI can help reduce response times.
Thanks for having me. Yes. So AI.
Are you prepared to hear that everywhere for the next 2 months? The holiday season quickly approaching, 51 days until Christmas, 40 days until the first night of Hanukkah. Steph, I'm wondering how I'm going to get that song out of my head today.
You are not. And actually, our line producer, Sarah, who we all love and adore, was like, sorry, across the country. It's going to be a minute, though, because we were talking about the heat, and more heat coming on for us here as we go through the week. But enjoy it this week, because the beginning of next week and the weekend, you're going to see a serious drop-off in your temperatures. Big ridge, that allows us to stay warm. Big trough cools us off. Now, notice in the west, we actually stay above average. But in the east, we do get that cold air. By the way, all the way down to South Florida, you're going to be below average. These are our highs next Monday. 30s and 40s, those are not our lows, those are our highs. I should just say high temperatures, because they teach you when you have a child, if the child's jumping on the bed, you shouldn't tell the child, don't jump on the bed. You should give the command of what you would like the child to do.
If you tell them no, they're going to do it.
So if they're jumping on the bed, you're supposed to say, please sit down or please get off the bed instead of saying don't do something, because then that's what all they hear is what you're telling them not to do, type of a thing.
Well, and it makes them want to do it more.
Right. So isn't that just being human, right? When we're told no,
sure
we're
is.
like,
No means yes.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's crazy.
Definitely for Jim when he was a kid, for sure. Next Tuesday morning, freezing temperatures from Fargo to Tallahassee in the panhandle there of Florida. Notice this is about that time of year when we really start seeing that first freeze date and start seeing that first snow for us as well. First freeze date in the south, it's beginning to mid to late November. So we're getting into that wheelhouse here. First measurable snow, look, November around the Great Lakes, and guess where we're going to get it? In the Great Lakes, Jim, where we really haven't had much.
How come there was no average date of the first snow in Houston and New Orleans and the Florida Panhandle?
If things continue as they have in the last 10 years, we're going to have to add that in.
Last year, that was so awesome.
But the last 10 years, think about Isaias and, Texas with those two snowstorms.
Yeah, and the big freeze.
In the last 10
there's
years.
some wild, there's kind of like, you can almost count on every